And we looked at the stimulus, right, that took place recently, $780 billion stimulus. It was actually studied how many jobs were created out of that stimulus by a Yale economist. And they calculated what the cost per job created was from the stimulus. Anyone have any idea what that cost per job was? $780 billion we spent, probably within 2 years. The average cost per job created was $300,000. Most of those jobs maybe lasted 6 months and paid nowhere near that much. But no one ever really asked the question, what is the cost per outcome? And the reason why is when we step back and look at what's going on, we don't have a rational capital market. We're basically thinking up cool social impact ideas and then doing them and then hoping they add up to something. And then let's go measure them and see what we got. Right? That's kind of not the way markets work. Like, if you go down the road here to the Mercantile Exchange in Chicago and you want to buy 1,000 bushels of corn, you put out a call for 1,000 bushels of corn at this grade, at this price, at this future delivery date, and people will bid on that. And then you choose the farmer who's the best outcomes producer, right? The best price, who has the best track record and produces the corn. And you pay the farmer when they deposit the corn at your doorstep. Well, in the nonprofit sector, we do the opposite. We bet on a farmer and then hope we get some corn. All right, let's go find a farmer that we like, give him some money, and then go measure how much corn we got. That's not efficient. We are literally spraying money all over the place, hoping it adds up to something, as opposed to purchasing outcomes. And the reason why we don't have a rational capital market is because of 3 things that markets need to be in existence. One, we need price transparency. We've got to know what the cost per outcome is of creating a job or getting a kid to graduate from high school. Second, we need to standardize the product. You can't have a market with non-standardized products. Now, that doesn't mean we want to standardize every nonprofit or social program, but it may mean that there is something in that equation that we could standardize. We created a market for carbon, lots of different ways to reduce carbon emissions, but we created a market by standardizing the outcome. The third thing we have to do for a market is we got to find a way to efficiently connect supply and demand. Because if the buyers and sellers can't find each other efficiently, we don't have a market. So price transparency, standardizing the product, and efficiently connecting supply and demand.